Well, to discuss the US military and diplomatic support to Israel, I'm now joined by Shahram Akbarzadeh, who's a professor of Middle East and Central Asian politics at Deakin University. He joins us now live from Melbourne in Australia. Welcome to the programme.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. How would you describe the US's standing in the Middle East right now, given the big week where we've seen so much US military and diplomatic support to Israel?
Well, I think this has been a test for the Biden administration, and the Biden administration has failed once again in really upholding international law and controlling how Israel is behaving practically above law. All past administrations have done the same. They have given the Israeli government a carte blanche in the way they treat the Palestinian population, in the way they occupy Palestinian land, and in the way they completely violate and ignore international law in relation to how an occupying government, an occupying force, needs to treat its population.
Did this surprise you at all, Shahram, given the state of normalization with so many Arab countries, also, of course, the post-Abraham Accords?
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. In fact, the Abraham Accords were a plan by Washington to bypass the Palestinian issue and put it to the side, park it to the side, basically, and get Arab states to normalize ties with Israel, hoping that by doing so, people would forget about Palestine and the Palestinian aspirations for statehood. So this has been a failure. I think what has happened is that the Palestinian issue has come back on the international agenda very significantly and demonstrated it cannot be ignored. So this has been a setback for the Washington policy on the Middle East.
And how much is, of course, the forthcoming US election playing into what Biden is saying and doing?
Very good question. I think a lot of what Biden is doing is trying to make sure that he doesn't come across as a weak president. He was very concerned. He has been very concerned about criticism leveled against him, that he is a weak president. He's a sleepy Joe. So he is coming out strong. He's coming out as a commander in chief for the United States and very, very mindful of his domestic audience.
And Shahram, do you potentially foresee a downgrading of US relations with Middle Eastern leaders, Middle Eastern countries?
Well, downgrading in a sense that a lot of Arab states, Arab governments had started to have reservations about the United States and its intentions in the region. There have been many, many cases where the United States was not seen as a reliable partner for the Arab world. So partly explains why a lot of Arab states have been expanding their relationship with China to really give themselves more options in the region. So this case has really demonstrated to the Arab world again that the US has a very one-sided approach to the region and always puts Israeli interest first on top of everyone else's interests.
And just very quickly, in 30 seconds, those 2 US warships in the region, what does that signal and signify?
Well, that signals that even though they're supposed to act as deterrents to Iran and Hezbollah, they could in fact escalate tensions further and turn the conflict into a much broader war.
Shahram Akbarzadeh, thank you so much for speaking to us today here on TRT World. Thank you for your insights.